topic is impact of flipped classroom implementation in ophthalmology undergraduate courses.
Medical education is undergoing a shift towards innovative learning approaches. Growth in information and technology demand active learning and skill development.
Swati, first you introduce yourself.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. I am Dr. Swati Naik. I am working as an associate professor in the Department of Ophthalmology at AIIMS Guwahati. My topic for presentation today is implementation of flipped classroom in ophthalmology for undergraduate students. So medical education is undergoing a shift towards innovative learning approaches. The growth in information and technology demand active learning and skill development. Ophthalmology education faces challenges due to limited time in the curriculum. The flipped classroom model offers a solution by replacing lectures with self-paced videos. Research supports the effectiveness of flipped classrooms in various medical subjects, where limited research exists on flipped classrooms specifically for ophthalmology. Now, what is flipped classroom? It's a pedagogical approach that inverts the traditional teaching methods. The students engage with course material independently before the class, for example, videos, readings, and the class time can be dedicated to active learning activities like discussions, problem solvings, and projects. The various benefits for the students is it is self-paced, it has their increased engagement, enhanced problem solving and critical thinking skills, and for teachers, it gives them more time for individualized attention, opportunities to foster deeper learning, and enhance student-teacher relationships. So meta-analysis has consistently demonstrated the superiority over traditional lectures in terms of higher test scores and lower failure rates. Tang et al. And Lean et al. Have demonstrated the successful implementation, but in specific subjects like ocular trauma and glaucoma. Preparing recorded lectures, it requires significant time investment. So although it offers benefits, its effectiveness across entire curriculum remains unexplored. So the objective was to assess the impact of implementing a flipped classroom approach in ophthalmology courses for undergraduate students. 6th semester undergraduate medical students, 54 students were selected, and the intervention was a flipped classroom method that was compared with didactic lectures. And the outcome measures were pre and post-exam test scores, post-intervention skill exams, qualitative feedback on experience. The time duration was 120 days, and it was a quasi-experimental study design. So in the flipped classroom before the class, they were given prepared lectures, shared study materials, and supplemental content. They were given 2 days of self-studies time. The class started with a pre-class test, and then it was followed by the faculty introduction, question answer session, interactive group discussions, and summarizing of the class. The study material was reviewed, and it was post-class test and skill assessment and interviews were done. This is an example of the material shared. In didactic lectures, they just had the pre-class test, they listened, and then it was followed by this outcome basis. The quantitative data, it was by counts and percentages. Qualitative data, quantitative data by mean standard deviation, and pair t-test was used. 5-point Likert scale was used to grade the responses. So there were more males, like 37 males. When we compared the mean pre-test and post-test scores, the flipped classroom post-test scores were definitely more. Comparing the feedback form, we saw that there was definitely an increase in the flipped classroom, while the practical learning was almost the same in both the groups. Class attendance and Likert scale, that was the evaluation response rates, that was 100%. The flipped classroom, it exhibited significant improvement in self-rated learning ability. The exam scores were also statistically higher. The qualitative feedback, it supported the positive impact of flipped classroom, but there was no statistically significant difference between intervention and comparison group regarding practical skill demonstration. So this was a highly effective model. Students achieved superior performance. It received positive feedback. They valued the flexibility and active learning opportunities, and active learning strategies like group discussions and problem-based learning could be introduced. The use of technology, it enhances student engagement. They can learn at their own pace and revisit the material as needed. It can be adapted to different learning objectives, but further research can explore the long-term impact. Studies can also investigate the cost effectiveness. So it is essential to assess the technical requirements and infrastructure needed. Faculty development programs can be implemented to equip educators. Evaluating student satisfaction and feedback is crucial. It has the potential to revolutionize medical education. Some limitations are it requires significant technology and computer access. Student fatigue and the focus on new subjects can further reduce the survey response rates. Finally, to conclude, some of the key considerations for implementation are careful planning and organization, high quality instructional materials, effective classroom activities and assessments, technical support and training for the faculty and the students, ongoing evaluation and refinement. By addressing these challenges and leveraging the opportunities, the flipped classroom can be a valuable tool for enhancing ophthalmology education. These are my references. Thank you all.
Excellent.
Can you give some examples of model classroom, flipped classroom education system? Some models somewhere running in any medical college successfully running. Is there an example of that?
Sir, at such
Or
there
you
have been
you are experimenting it.
yes, sir. At such there have been no reported studies on that. I mean,
No,
even
know
if
that's
they're
a new
running.
concept. Basically Western concept.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But how do you compare with the traditional teaching for undergraduates basically? If they don't have the basic knowledge, how they are going to learn?
Sir,
from
actually,
the,
sir, they will be
video
share.
and literature.
Sir, actually, the thing is that if you give them just that didactic lectures, then they just come to the class without learning anything. They just expect that in that 1 hour duration, the teacher is expected to teach them everything. Suppose a new topic like glaucoma, the teacher is expected to teach them everything. And if you see, the time allotted is very limited. Like you get only 6 hours of teaching for glaucoma. But then with that sufficient time, we also need some participation from the students. So if you share the material beforehand, they get time to at least study at their own pace. So once they have some background knowledge and then they come to the class, at least they have, they come up with, rather than 0, they come up with 10. And then you can also further enhance that. They also grab the concepts more. You have their participation rather than being it being a passive method of learning.
It's a nice concept, but what is your experience? Are you already practicing it?
Sir, we are trying to implement it in our curriculum. We have just conducted, so that was just over 120 days. But then if it is successful, like gradually, maybe we will introduce it. We'll start introducing.
I think it's a good idea. It will
Yes, sir.
definitely benefit the students.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
So what I think that in the beginning, the teacher should teach for 10 to 15 minutes the basic outline. You are saying glaucoma, definition, and the basic outline. Then it should be open for discussion. So one-way teaching is not efficient nowadays.
Yeah,
Because,
definitely.
So discussion and whatever queries are there, so solving
Yes, sir.
the queries is very important. So this is a very nice.
Yes,
and
sir.
the interaction is there, and that is very good.
Very good effort, but don't you think that it would have been much beneficial if you could have started in PG classes, because they know each and everything almost, and they are quite mature.
Sir, actually
Go
in
for this kind of
postgraduate
teaching.
classes, it's like it becomes like a one-to-one discussion anyways. Even if in the classes that you take, it's already like the ratio is always like 1:2 or 1:3. There would be just like we have got only one postgraduate seat now, and we are 3 faculties. So like it's a one-to-one discussion. But for the undergraduates, it's like a class of 100, and the teacher is 1. So the ratio is like we need something from them also.
But you must be having large number of undergraduates, maybe 100, maybe 150.
Yes,
so
sir.
how can you do in such a large number? You need more teachers. 150 students are sitting in a class, and you are thinking of flipped class room
Sir,
study.
as per our curriculum, like the teachers, like one teacher is only given one class. Like that is how the course has been divided. So, like you share the material beforehand. Like they also get some time. So they get time to interact with you. You first introduce the topic. They get time to interact with you. Rather than just coming and sharing your PPT, you can have some like discussions. The discussions then become more focused rather than just giving them a didactic lecture.
That means not
was
necessarily each and every student is supposed to participate just to.
So they
you know.
they are actually divided into groups. They can have
Yes,
group
that is what I am
discussions.
asking.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.